Imagine this. Barbara Corcoran, you know, the lady from Shark Tank, the real estate mogul, she just dropped this bombshell in this article recently. She literally just said that she truly believes that 60% of Americans will not be able to afford a home from now in the future. I was shocked. I mean, I'm in the business. And you want to know why this is? Because one massive shift in the real estate business. But look, don't panic, because Barbara, she didn't just highlight the problem. She has a solution, a hack, a tip, tricks. So she shared some insight on how to get around it, how she thinks you can get around it. So stick around, stay tuned, and we're going to hook you up with those tips and tricks. Because if you're watching this and you're struggling, how in the world am I going to buy a house? Things are expensive. This is crazy. What exactly is it that's causing us to be priced out of buying a house? I'm going to give you the answers. We're going to go through the tips and tricks. Hopefully you can figure out a solution on how to get yourself into a house. And if you didn't know, my name is Kenny Simpson. I'm here with the Simpson team. I focus on wonderful unit financing. I've been doing that for 20 years, helped over 5,000 clients, funded $1 billion of loans. And yes, I make content to help you either buy a home, refi a home, buy an investment property. You're stuck. You don't know what to do. If you're looking for a professional that cares, that puts out content that helps thousands and thousands of clients, I'm your guy, but that's us right here. So we're the Simpson team. So anyways, let's get back to the video while you're here. We'll give you some of the tips and tricks from Barbara, but also don't forget about I'm here to give you my own tips and tricks, what I think you can do to make it in this market, buy a house, not just buy, but get it pre-qualified, get your offer accepted, get yourself in a home. Let's set the stage here. Barbara Corcoran, you know her from Shark Tank, love her or hate her. She is a real estate woman. She's self-made in the real estate business. She really is about homeownership. She understands how much real estate has provided value, how real estate changed her life. It changed a lot of people's life. Look, you might have a parent that bought a home 30 years ago. It's free and clear. You're like, can't believe my mom's home is worth $1 million, $2 million, 800,000, whatever it is. It's crazy. It's insane. And you wonder, how did we get here? How did things get so out of control? What is one of the big things, the big factors that Barbara believes is causing all this problems? So the reality check here that Barbara went through and described was the dream of owning a home is slowly slipping away. And let's be honest, folks, I remember going through the 2008 crash where people are like, I'm done with real estate. I'm sick of it. I'm never going to buy. And if you would have just kept your home then, if you were able to, it's worth more now than then, which is crazy. You're like, it'll never be worth more. It's always going to be underwater. I remember vividly, I remember the conversations. I remember how pissed off people were. I remember people didn't want anything to do with real estate. Now it's like if you bought Bitcoin at $1 and now you didn't, you feel you missed out. And this is what's happening with housing. If you bought a home and you locked in a 30-year fix at 2.5%, 3%, 4%, you're like, that person's lucky. Oh my gosh. And you feel like it's slipped away. But what is the one thing that Barbara mentioned that we know that is really causing this problem? Well, first of all, number one is the interest rates have gone ludicrous, right? Interest rates were in the ones, in the literally ones. Some people locked 1.875, 1.99, 1.75. I'm not kidding you. 15-year fixes, 2s and 3s and 4s. I mean, 90+% of people have a 5% or less, 75 a 4% or less, 30% of people have a 3% or less. That is insane, folks, right? So you feel like you missed out. And one of the biggest things that's really hammered is these interest rates. If interest rates were at the 3s and now they went to the 7s or 6s, it's double the payment. Cost of housing has gone up. The cost of insurance got up. So just to buy a house has become just so unaffordable. Obviously, if we got those interest rates down, that would really, really help. And that's one thing that we really, really need is get those friggin' interest rates down. Trust me, I'm in the interest rate business. I do mortgages for a living. I help people buy and help people refinance their one-off unit properties. And look, when rates are low, it's much easier. When rates are higher, it makes less sense. It's harder. It's not as fun, right? And we always say that sometimes in real estate, things are just not as fun. And right now might not be that fun. So we got to dive in here and see what is going on and what are the solutions and how we can help and what can you do immediately. So Barbara mentioned that rates are not just pricing people out. It's literally changing the game of real estate. And trust me, I was just at a function this last week and about a bunch of real estate investors, and a lot of them that are very active. They're flippers, they buy apartment buildings, things like that. They're not active. It doesn't make sense. So they're having to do different things, right? And they have to pivot. So when interest rates change this much, it really changes the whole game of real estate. And could rates go back down? Sure. But the problem is Barbara and others believe that maybe these rates are just the higher. Maybe we're going to live in the 6s and 5s a lot longer than we thought, a lot longer than we hoped. So that's maybe forever going to change or forever going to keep you out of buying. And people want to get out of this rent because the rent's going up, or they might get kicked out, or they can't make it their home and paint the walls and do it their way. And like just going home and having a house that you call home that you could pay down, pay off, and one day tap in the equity or use it as a reverse mortgage. Like honestly, the net worth of a renter and the net worth of a home buyer, I don't know if you've seen this lately, but $10,000 is the average net worth of a renter. And over $400,000 is the average net worth of a renter just by owning a home. So it's insane, the difference, because values have gone up. It just, home ownership is such a game changer here in the US. What are the potential problems if you're buying? Interest rates are higher. There's not enough product. The price of homes are expensive. So you just can't afford what you want. I mean, I spoke with a lady today that's trying to buy a house and she's kind of capped around 600. She wants to buy something, around 700,000. She says, I don't want to live in the 600. So we're figuring out how to get her up there. Is that a cosigner? Is that borrowing the down payment? Whatever it is, it's truly frustrating for the average buyer. If you're a seller, maybe you own a condo or a house and you're like, well, my family's grown. Just like a lady I talked to earlier today, her family's grown and she needs to buy a bigger house. So she has to figure out, how do I sell my house? All the money's trapped in there, but I have a good interest rate. And there's these ongoing conversations that people are having. And for the overall market, there's people that buy primaries, people buy second homes, and then the people that buy investment properties. The market just changed, just slower. There's not a lot of transactions. You might be hearing real estate's in a recession. You're thinking, oh, real estate's going to crash. No, that's the wrong recession. The recession is that real estate sales, transactions are at all-time low. If you talk about commercial, they're like a depression low, but residential, they're definitely low. And we need it to pick back up. And really, we need interest rates to get down. Even if they're in the 4 and 5s and stay there, that would really help to get things going and make more transactions. The seller that's sitting at a 3% rate, if they get a 4.5 or 5, maybe they're like, okay, now I can sell and trade up. And so all these factors are going through people as they're looking to buy or they're looking to stay in their home, refi, whatever it is. It's that rates really dictate so much in this industry. So what are some of the solutions and how can you prepare to maybe break through the noise or maybe get out there and buy a property and maybe be one of the few that do this? Is it a house hack? Is it buy 2 to 4? Is it a fixer upper? Like, what did Barbara recommend in this article that you could do immediately to get out there and afford a home? So one of the first things she recommends for buyers is what I mentioned before, is find a smaller home, something you can afford, a fixer. We call it a dump. Right? I hate to say it, but a property that's heavily dilapidated that needs work. Start there. It might not be glamorous, but look, folks, you're buying real estate and if you got to do what you got to do, that's just what it is. And if this is not your game, it's not in your blood, I get it. But there's so many people that are willing to go out there, like, buy the home, do the work, because they know at the end of this journey, they're going to have a house they remodeled, done, and there's probably pushed equity that they put in there. And then obviously if rates come down, they can refinance, take advantage of that. So if you have to sell, Barbara's and others, they recommend to obviously, price your house competitively. If you're trying to get some lofty price that's not available, forget about it. There are certain parts of the country where you put a house up for sale, boom, it's still selling. It starts selling over in certain parts because demand, because supply, because the school districts, whatever, maybe the job market. So that depends on what it is. But remember, if you're trying to sell your home, what are the curvy things? What are the little things you can do? Declutter, things like that. Remember, when a buyer walks in, it's emotional. Like, how are you separating yourself from other competition? Make sure you have a good agent. Make sure they have a marketing plan. Like, all these little things matter in this type of market. So what about if you're not going to buy, you're not going to sell, you just want to learn about what's going on, you want to get educated before you make your next move? One of the most important things Barbara can do right now today, is go invest in education. You're watching this video, you should give yourself a double thumbs up, right? Because have people like me, Kenny's, or people of the world out there that are educating you. So there's blogs, there's podcasts, there's webinars, there's YouTube channels, there's books. Like, go educate yourself. What are some of the things you can do? Like, maybe you can go assume somebody's FHA or VA mortgage, right? Where you can get a low rate. So go educate yourself on what are people doing to get deals? How are they doing it? And go out there and do the research and homework. Maybe you go spend 20, 30, 50 hours, and that will make you some confidence in your belt and in your mind. You can go out there and make moves in real estate and figure out what other people are doing. And then for renters, let's say you're stuck. You feel like you can't do anything. Well, look, this is the time to hustle. Maybe get the side hustle, stack that cash, pay down debt, right? Get ready to buy. Make sure you already talk to lender. I don't care if you're going to buy 6 months or a year or years. Talk to lender. Get the game plan. It'd be a quick conversation. So make sure you know I need this much. I need this DTI. I need to get this debt down. Go do that. If you really want to get crazy about this and serious, go try to move back in with your family, your parents, or house hack or rent house, meaning roommates, things like that. Try to, if you're younger, get rid of expenses, save and stack the money so you can go buy yourself a house or a house hack, a 2 to 4 unit, whatever it is. Another thing you didn't recommend in here that I recommend, especially a place like San Diego where I live and I'm shooting this video, is you should try to house hack. Go find somebody else that might want to do what you want to do. Maybe go partners and go buy a home, partners and go buy 2 to 4 years, or bring your parents in the mix. Maybe they want to become real estate investors with you, but go house hack, rent out the rooms, right? Go buy a 4-bedroom house, rent out all the rooms, go buy a 2 to 4 unit, rent out the other ones in your rooms, maybe short-term rental. Get creative. That's why you got to go educate yourself. You got to spend the time and get knowledgeable and do all that amazing stuff so you can move forward in the right direction, but with intelligence, education, and with confidence. So here's the deal. When the market was hot and rates were low, everybody thought it was going to stay like that forever. And then it changed. So when the market's like this, everybody thinks it's never going to change. And folks, it always changes. It's cyclical. I'm not saying it's going to change tomorrow. I'm not going to say it's going to change 6 months or a year. I don't know. But eventually rates will drop. Things will happen. Things will give. It's just what happens in the market. But if you're not ready, if you're not equipped with the right education, equipped with the right information, equipped with the right confidence, the tools, the bullets in the gun, whatever you want to call it, you're not going to be able to make the move. You're not going to be able to be ready. So number one, what I'd recommend is if you're looking to buy now or soon or sell, if you're looking to sell, go talk to a lender what you get pre-qualified for. Go talk to the agent what you get sell for. If you're looking to buy, go talk to the lender, get pre-approved, get the game plan, figure out what you need to do. That way you have a game plan, but more importantly, you have the confidence to make the move. And when you have the right confidence, it changes your mindset. And that's the problem. There's people right now that are always buying real estate. My clients are real estate investors. They buy all the time. They're moving, they're shaking and things like that because they understand the market. They understand what they're doing. They understand how things can change. They're confident. They feel secure in their decisions. They've been doing this a long time. If you've never bought a house, of course you're insecure. Your family, your uncle, your brother, your dad could talk you out of this. But are they real estate experts? Are they buying stuff? Maybe they are, maybe they're not, right? And so look, if you need somebody to talk to, if you need somebody to, run this off of, that's why people like me are here. So hit me up, whether you want to, email me, text me, call me, whatever, set an appointment. And that way we can go through your scenario. And I'm doing it all the time. Folks, I am talking to people all the time that want to buy a primary. They want to buy an investment. They need to refi stuff. That's why we're here. This is what I do. That's why I create this content. So don't be shy. Don't say, I'm not going to call somebody. If you're watching this video and you made it this far, book the appointment. Let's get on the call. I promise you, if you booked an appointment with me or anybody that's good, it will change you. It can grow confidence. I just talked to a lady today that was not confident. I'm like, we're going to give you the confidence. We're going to give you the confidence that you're going to go buy the deal. And she just got stuck. She was a lender or loan officer that didn't take the time, didn't communicate, didn't take the file up front and go to the proper channels, the underwriting and all that and make it happen. So we're going to do that. And when she goes back, you write the offer, get an escrow and close because we're going to bring that confidence to her. We're going to communicate. We're going to be here along the way. We're not going to disappear. So if that's something you're looking for, or you want to chat, you have questions, hit me up. Share this with somebody else that might need it. But otherwise, hey, I appreciate you guys watching and stay tuned for more information. But I'm super excited. 2025, we've got massive change coming. We have a new administration coming. I feel like, people are going to get out there. You're going to start seeing deal flow happen in the business world, deal flow happen in the real estate world, money moving, transactions moving, blood flowing. That's what we need. A lot of things are stagnant right now. You're seeing it. I'm seeing it. You're feeling it. I'm feeling it. I talk to a lot of small business owners, so I get it. It's out there. This isn't just you. This is how it is. So we're excited to light the fire, right? Get things going, but stay tuned. Stay tuned to a channel like mine, others. Make sure you're following me on other social media. You're on Instagram where I put a lot of great content out. And obviously if you found this on the internet and you're not on my email list, hit me up. You should. I have great information going out there as well. I don't want you to miss anything. So anyways, thanks guys for watching and we will talk soon.